of Shmerism around the world, that is including the
Not
death
in America.
of more than... Be
Not in
quiet.
America.
Be quiet.
Bro, shut
Also
the
in America,
fuck up. You're not even American. You can't tell me nothing.
Even in America,
You can't say
even
nothing.
in America, you are stating false information. We're talking about more than 45,500 tea attacks by the Muslim Brotherhood founded by Qatar, and you're saying
Dude,
there's nothing wrong about them. You're talking about be quiet bullshit.
Bro, shut up. You're not even American.
Be quiet.
You're not American.
Shut up, you racist.
I'm supporting the values of the West: freedom, love, prosperity, collaboration, while you supporting the Qatarian regime, that's supporting the Iranian. Be quiet, I told you. Be quiet, little boy. You expose yourself now, be quiet. So yes, the Qatar is the #1 supporter of most of Shmerism around the world. They are the #1 reason for the death of more than 300,000 Christians, including multiple Americans. You are sick in your head.
Fuck you, Jew. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Holocaust,
There
all of you. Heil Hitler. Fuck you all, bitch. America.
Oh, thank you for exposing yourself. Thank you for exposing yourself.
You guys heard him, right? When he said, I don't watch her because she's black. That's insane. We proved him wrong, and then he got all butthurt, and he had to pull the, Jew card, I guess you can call it.
I can find the opensecrets.org, but not .com.
Well, X is...
Is that the one, Golda?
Yes.
Facts. X is making a new thing where it shows your location, like where your account is from. I don't know when it's happening, but I know it was like proposed by Elon Musk.
Go ahead, sorry. I was just telling Mufasa, yes, this is the website. So you can like look up different lobbies. You can look up how much money there's like each foreign government is sending, domestic lobbies. Anybody can go and access this website and see that Israel is not at the top.
I have some breaking news. Austria's intelligence service uncovered a weapon cache in Vienna linked to H Group, allegedly intended for tea attacks on Jewish and Israeli targets in Europe. A 39-year-old British citizen identified as Mohammed was arrested in London in connection with the case.
That's a big surprise. This is my surprised face. Yeah. Wait, look what Mufasa's showing. How much Qatar.
Network of hate, right? This is coming from Qatar to USA. 500 billion to 1 trillion US dollar of assets growing, right? From the Muslim Brotherhood to affect universities in USA. That is 2023 December. Right? This is just one example. And you can go to the PDF, watch all of it about it with a lot of details. What kind of organization sending money to USA to brainwash the young minds of Western society and specifically USA to hate Israel, to hate Jewish people like this person exposed himself
Do you
with
guys
hijab. These
think?
are,
Go ahead.
these are the most racist, jihadist, sicko people, but they have a tactic in one word that is taqiya. In order to pursue the conquest of Islam around the world, they would lie, they would do anything, they would sell their own mother, they would unalive themselves and their babies in order to pursue the goal of Islamic conquest around the world, and bringing down the USA is one goal out of it.
Do you guys think we'll like always be allies with Qatar, or do you think that will ever change?
I think that will change, but honestly, it's very hard to participate. I mean, Qatar could change rapidly because Qatar, it's a very weak country politically and a very, very strong country economically. It has a lot of oil. Today, they are governed by the Iranian regime, which Iran is governed by the Muslim Republic, right? The Muslim, not the Republic, but the Iranian regime, it's basically the Muslim Brotherhood, right? Iran, it's used to be a majority of Christian people, mostly Persian people. They are not originally Muslim, but they've been taken over by the Islamic Revolution in the early 70s, right? That could change. I mean, Iran has 90 million people. Most of them, they really hate and they're really oppressed by the Iranian regime, the Islamic revolution. So if that will change, there's a big possibility that Qatar would change as well. The two countries could.
When?
Guys, all what you say is right, yes, but I say all what you say is true, yes, and we know the problem of Qatar, but we need to look on ourselves. We also doing something wrong when we cooperate with them. For example, there is a lot of people that serve in the army in big jobs, and they cooperate with them and sell them all kinds of technology, and this is wrong. This is a big problem that we need to face with this problem, and we cannot ignore this problem. Yes. I understand you, but I don't think this is the way to achieve these things that we want. For example, there is a stadium in Israel that called Doha in Sakhnin, if you know. You understand the problem that there is a stadium in Israel that it's named by the capital of Qatar, that this money donated from Qatar. We
Oh, they revealed it. Nice.
so they banned the religion force.
Sorry, their wives looking like ninjas. That's hilarious.
Uh, hello, hello. You are Zionist? Free Palestine. No, no, free Palestine.
Who was
No,
the
nique
first
ta
king of
mère, nique ta
Palestine?
mère.
Who
You
was
are
the first?
Zionist. Nique ta mère.
Yes, you can answer us.
We need to free the Palestinians. Quoi, c'est ça? From the Zionist regime, and the fake country is not real.
Yes. Who was the first king of Palestine?
Pakistan does not exist. Okay, no, not
Dude, your Wi-Fi is so bad.
no. I have good. I have good
Well,
connection now. I have good connection now. You
I-
can hear me.
Free Palestine.
Yeah, your connection is good as the same as Israel doesn't exist and
As
Palestine
your
is real.
ship. As your ship.
Free the Palestinians. Inshallah, they win.
آمين يا رب.
آمين يا الله.
إذا مشي
And
اليوم
Nick,
بكرة إن شاء الله.
From where are you,
Nick,
Zico?
Nick, all,
Zico.
I am in Gaza. I am in,
You are in Gaza.
Why are you happy that he's in Gaza? I thought you wanted to take him out
I'm
of
killing all the
Gaza.
Israeli, all the rapists. I'm killing the rapists.
Rapist, so kill yourself.
No. I am killing the rapists.
Habibi, come to Dubai. Come to
Fuck you,
Dubai.
Mossad. You fucking piece of shit. I give a shit about you.
You would only know that, right? Yeah, but we don't wear diapers like you guys.
Diapers.
You shoot yourselves every fucking day, man. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
fuck
Now
the
you're coming
Mossad,
back.
bro.
Now you're coming back.
For yeah, jihad all the way. I'll come nick your mum, mate. I'll nick your mum. You fucking piece of shit.
Zico, your internet is
Nick ta mère. Send it to anywhere, my friend. Send it to anywhere.
Zico, it's a Palestinian internet or Israeli Zionist internet?
Okay. Hang on, guys. I want to try something out, okay? Let's try a different approach. Alan, salam alaikum. Marhaba. من وين أنت؟ يا حبيبي. شو اسمك يا حبيبي؟
I am from Gaza.
Where in Gaza? Like what city? What area?
I gotta go to work.
You have my IP. You can search it.
Nah, I'm not Mossad. I don't have your IP. I'm just.
You are not diaper, but you may be a rapist. Okay.
No, I never raped anybody or unalived
UK?
anybody.
I'm not in the UK. Okay, Mister. I know everything.
Zico, my friend, I just want to speak to you like normal conversation.
Oh, you want to? Yeah, let's speak, bro. Let's speak. Interesting that you want to speak. Let's go.
Zico, you are.
One moment, guys. Please let me talk to him for a second.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to have a normal conversation, like understand where you're coming from, what your opinions and so on. So you
about the Palestinians.
For example, yeah, sure.
Yeah, man. They let you in. They let you in like what 1947. Like, you know, the Jews arrived. The Jews that got kicked out of Europe. They arrived in Palestine in what 1947, and then all of a sudden y'all start taking over the country, or 1948, should I say?
Okay, we'll get to that a little bit later, okay? But I'm just curious to hear your opinion. So, the way you see it, Palestine, what's the border from where to where is Palestine?
Well, Palestine should be Palestine or the whole country, you know. Israel
What is the border of Palestine?
It's not real. Does not exist, bro. It's not It's not even recognized by majority of the countries in the world, like, or maybe it is, bro.
What the borders of Palestine?
The borders.
Yeah.
Did you not hear what I said? I said there's no Palestine is Palestine. It's the whole country, bro.
What country?
What the borders of Palestine?
There's no borders, bro. Palestine is the country, bro.
Hey, Zico.
Hang on 1 second. Guys, 1 second, please. Let me talk to you. So every country every country in the world has borders, right? So
you're trying to say which countries border Palestine? No.
What countries border with
what?
Palestine. I'm curious
what
to
are you
hear
talking
your
about?
opinion. So listen for a second. 1 second, guys. So I'm just curious the way you see it. Palestine, from where to where? Is that like from the river to the sea? Is that the entirety of the world?
Palestine. Hold on a minute. Yeah. How is not real drawn right now in the world map? How is it drawn? Explain.
It's not. There, you will not find
not.
Palestine on the map. No. Show me a map of Palestine.
I said no. You just dodged my question. Why are you running from my question? I said how is not real not drawn in the map right now?
Israel. You're talking about Israel.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, how is it drawn in the map?
So let me see if I understood you correctly.
How,
so
how is it drawn? How is it drawn? Like, you know,
I can show it to you. It's on every map of the world, but I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So saying,
I answered your question. That's how Palestine. That's Palestine.
Okay, so let me clarify. If I understood correctly.
Yeah.
You're saying
why are you such an idiot?
This is Palestine, the entirety of Israel? Is that what you're saying?
What you say?
Are you saying that the borders of Israel, the whole country Israel on the map, this is Palestine?
Yeah, Palestine. Yeah, that's Palestine.
Okay, great. Excellent. So just, I don't know if you know this, but the name Palestine, it's a
Yeah.
colonization name given by the Romans, the Roman Empire, and it's not given to Israel. It's given to the entirety of the region. That is include Jordan, Lebanon, Egypt, and so on. Like, you know, South America, it's a region. It's not a country. It's a region,
Yeah.
South America. It has a
Yeah.
lot of countries. This is what was Palestine
Yeah.
originally, right? But so I'm just confused. Why do you specify Palestine to be the exactly country of Israel and not the entirety of the region Palestine given by the Romans to the entirety of the region with Jordan,
Okay.
and Egypt and Lebanon, Syria?
Yeah. Good question. Good question. Yeah, sure. I can specify the whole region's Palestine then, if that's what you want everybody to do. Yeah. What? You know?
Absolutely. So now let me explain to you why I asked you these questions, okay? You
Yeah.
just exposed yourself as being a jihadist Islamic, right? Because you don't
No, I
care
didn't.
if it,
No, I didn't.
you don't care
Ooh.
if it belongs to you or not, because it never belonged to the Palestinians.
Yeah, it did.
But
Who
what
are
you
who are the
care,
indigenous
what you care,
who are
what
the
you care
indigenous
about,
people?
I'll get to that shortly. But what you care about
Ah.
is this land is ruled by Muslims, right? The
No.
land of Israel the indigenous people belong to the Jewish people. These are the
No, it
indigenous
didn't. Who are
Yeah,
the Canaanites?
right.
It belonged to the Canaanites, mate. What are you talking about?
So
Good
you are
question.
Canaanite?
So the Canaanites were 12 different tribes living 4,000 years ago. They were not Palestinians. They were not Arab. They were not Muslim. There was no such thing Islam at the time of the Canaanites. Most of the Canaanite tribes, out of the 12 tribes, were drifters north. They drift all the way from North Africa to these days Iraq. They do not own the land of Israel today. Not the kingdom of Israel, not the kingdom of Judea. You're just student, you have no idea about history. You are just fed up with Islamic jihadist propaganda. You have no clue what you're talking about, and you are jihadist seekers.
Yeah. Oh really? Oh really? Am I?
So let me ask you another question. Are you Shia or Sunni?
I don't know.
You don't know if you're Shia or Sunni? That's
I
called
don't know.
faqih.
Maybe I'm not
That's
Muslim.
called faqih.
Maybe I'm not Muslim. You know?
You are Muslim.
Ah, you are assuming now. Wow.
I'll tell you why I'm assuming that, because you said you are Palestinian from Gaza. 99.8% of Gaza are Muslims. So
Are you
from Gaza?
that gullible? Are you that gullible for me to be from Gaza? Gaza.
So you lied. I know you lied. But thank you for exposing yourself as a radical liar.
So first I was a jihadist, and now I'm a radical liar.
Jihadists are liars.
How about
and
you
just
stop
exposed yourself.
occupying? How about you stop? How about you
And
stop?
you just exposed yourself as
How about
both
you stop
jihadist, radical Islamic, and a liar. Thank you for admitting you were lying on live in front of all the people. And no,
Stop being
the
a fat
Israeli people and the Jewish people are not occupying Israel, because the Jewish people
they
are the indigenous people.
and they're rapists.
You are the
Jews are
occupier. You
All
are
what
the
you say
people.
about us,
You are the people who raping women and
He's
children. You are the people who kidnapping babies and hiding them in the tunnels. And the only way you can try to hide it is lie to the entirety of the world and claiming that we are doing what you exactly doing, which is raping, kidnapping babies,
Allahu Akbar.
colonizing, and trying to conquer the world. So thank you for exposing
Allahu
yourself. There
You
you
will
go.
defeat the Jewish.
There you go. There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. a jihadist sicko looking to conquer the world with Islam,
Rapists.
hating Jews, extremist racists,
The Jews. This is why.
and obvious liar.
This is why he's got. Why he's got kicked out of 106 countries. This is why he's got kicked out.
That's another lie.
And then he's run to the Palestinians.
Another
You
lie.
had nothing to do.
Another lie and another lie and another lie.
Ah,
What the saddest thing about it is you don't even know you're lying.
because
You're
of the
just being
Balfour
brainwashed
Declaration.
and indoctrinated to believe these radical sick
I'm not even Arab.
thing.
I'm not even Arab.
Hey,
That's
I
that
don't
bear,
have
man.
much
I'm
time
not even
before I have to
Arab.
go back in
But I
for
stand.
work, but I just want to say what I had up. Because you said that Zico, you said that there's no such thing as Israel. Well, this was written on the Menapta stele. From it's carbon dated like
Bro, you can
3,000
pull
years
out
ago.
as many documents as you want.
No, it's not a document. It's not a document. It's an ancient tablet from 3,000 years ago. It was actually no one knows exactly who wrote it, but a lot of people believe that it was probably the it was either the Babylonians or the Persians that wrote this, because they wrote, and this is not the only one. I can bring up the Teldan stele as well that talks about the conquering of Israel, but they mention it right here: Israel's laid waste, bearer of seed.
Yo, listen.
So I mean, that kind of proves that you're
It's
Muslim.
Palestine.
You're Muslim. You should believe that Israel existed. I don't know why you're saying it didn't. It says it in your book. Israel's mentioned like what 42
You're just
times.
assuming. You're
No, I read your book. It says it in the book.
you're just
It says Israel in the book, and most
42
imams
times.
agree that it's talking about the land. Yeah, most imams agree that it's talking about the land of Israel. I've read your book. My dad was a Muslim, bro.
go read the holy book. Go read the holy scripture.
Which
of
one?
that
Which
religion.
one?
Go read it
I've read
again.
all of them. Which one do you want me to read again? Which one do you want me to read again?
The one that you're
The Quran?
stating
The Quran?
that Israel is mentioned.
Yeah, the Quran. I've read it.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
mentions
yeah, yeah.
it mentions Israel like
Quran.
42 times, I believe.
43.
Where?
43 times.
Show me.
Well, I don't have time. I'm literally clocking back in for work. It's mentioned 43 times in the
Shut
Quran.
up.
For example,
Yeah.
Surah 5.
Listen, yeah. Regardless of what documents or articles or
اسكت يا كلب يا خنزير. You asked the question, so let me answer. You asked where is Israel mentioned in the Quran. So I'll give you one example out of the 43 times
يا حمار
it is mentioned. For
donkey.
example, stop talking. For example, Surah 5, verse 21. It says that the land was promised in the Quran, Surah 5:21. It says that the land was promised to the Jewish people, to Moses, right? This is your Quran, not mine.
Hey guys,
Hello.
how facts, especially you, how are you guys feeling about Mamdani? Thank you, Mark. Maybe he's busy. I'm so upset.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not on my house phone.
It's okay. How are you
Yeah,
feeling about that?
it's pretty crazy. It's surreal.
Do you think that Trump will really give them the bare minimum federal funding?
He said he's gonna talk to him. I believe. Hey, Mark, shouldn't have. They're asking me for ID here. I think he's gonna speak to Trump, and if he's gonna act like a dick, he's gonna get the hammer. I think that's the way that Trump is making it seem.
I
He
don't
said,
think people
yeah.
realize how bad this really is. A Mamdani win.
Yeah, some say he's gonna set because New York. I don't know. A lot of people that don't know, New York was in like a financial crisis.
Right.
We're trying to recoup from, especially from the COVID-19. The city still didn't recover from it, and now this, it's pretty crazy. Like New York may not survive from this economic bullshit.
No, I know. And a lot of people are probably going to be moving. Abbott said that, I don't know if it's true or if he can even do it, but that he was going to tariff at 100% from anybody moving to Texas from New York City, Which I don't think that's really fair if they do it within the first, like, I don't know, 6 to 12 months, because those are the people that didn't vote for him. Maybe like after a year when things start going bad, those who voted for him are like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave now. Then I kind of understand, but it's like, come on, let the people that got stuck with him come. I don't know, that's just what I thought.
You know, Gemma, there's also Florida did the same shit just
Florida did
yesterday.
it too?
No, they didn't do it, but he came out and he said that that he's actually looking into passing the bill that will tariff anyone moving from New York. I agree, like that's pretty, as a conservative, like they're taking it too far with these jokes. You know, they're like taking a jab
Yes.
at like, you New Yorkers, you deserve this and that. It's pretty crazy. The majority of the people that voted for Zohran Mamdani, they're not native New Yorkers, they're foreign New Yorkers.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on the statistics. I forget where I saw that, but I saw that this morning that most of them were not native New Yorkers. Most of the native New Yorkers didn't vote for him. So I feel like that's unfair. Like if you want to leave because of that, you should be able to leave. But it's also like, you know, facts people on here are always like, well, why don't you move to Israel with all these problems going on? It's not always easy for people to just pick up and move. It's not.
You know, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Now that I think about it, it does kind of make sense from their perspective on why they should put tariffs. Simply because look what happened to Florida, right?
Texas. We have so many transplants. We're purple. Like we're not a red state anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's not only that. It's also the prices, right? Like the prices in Florida just like skyrocketed after COVID because everyone from New York was moving to Florida. And
Yeah.
guess who suffers from that? It's the people from Florida, where their food prices rises, their apartments, everything rises. And I don't think that's necessarily fair as well, you know.
Yeah, no, we have that here too. Like I sold my house last year that I bought in 2018, and I really wasn't there that long, and I had so much equity. I was like, well, that's cool. But, you know, keep in mind when you're like selling a house, you're typically buying another one. The prices are like out of control. Like we're trying to move out of the city, and it's so like it's really, really expensive to get anything, like anything. And then you have to look at like the taxes because those are high as well. Because trust me, Texas property taxes are really fucking high. People don't know that because, you know, there's no state tax here, but we have really high property tax. And yeah, Florida has the same issue. So like, I get it, but I feel bad for the people in the city that want to leave because I would want to leave if I had to have Mamdani as a mayor.
But to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't make sense for New Yorkers. This is what they want. They want New Yorkers to run, and if all of the New Yorkers, like let's say there was 700,000 that voted for Cuomo and Sliwa, if they all move now, what the fuck? What is the hopes for New York the next 4 years? I mean, the next like term. These motherfuckers are gonna continuously win over and over and over again if we run away. We need to stand our ground. And we need to prepare for the next time. You know, if all these people run away, what the fuck is gonna happen to New York? It's gonna stay Gotham City, you know?
No, that is a good point. And I think that instead of being scared at this point after this win, I would advocate for all the Jews to put the fucking Israeli flag up all over the place, like at your house, wherever you can.
Yep.
And show them like, fuck you, we're not scared. Like, this is Jew York, we're here, and that's that, you know? I'm not gonna lie, it's embarrassing when you look at statistics and read that 30% of Jews in New York City voted for Mamdani. I get it, 70% didn't.
Gemma, it's not 40. It's
30, I thought.
It's a very small number. Yeah, the news always love to make it look like the Jews are voting for this guy. The majority of Jews are not.
Well, it's the Notori Karta. They're included in that, I'm sure. Did the Satmar Jews, somebody told me they ended up switching at the last minute, but I don't know, a couple weeks ago I saw them having a dinner with Mamdani, so I was like, okay.
So the thing about Satmar community is that you should know about them is that they are very So these people are mad rich. Okay, if they have a mayor that is their enemy, that mayor will punish them as a community.
So
So
they
I think,
didn't vote Mamdani.
no, in the beginning they wanted to create a friendship with him because if he does win, he's gonna be hostile to the community, right?
Got it. Yep.
So they basically were like, look, this guy's gonna win. They have to think about the future of their community, right? That comes before anything else. So that's the route that they chose, and but that doesn't mean that that's how they voted. In the end of the day, like you said, they switched. But in the end of
Good.
the day, they created that partnership with Zohran Mamdani. If he wins, he won't punish that community. Or if they need some help, they're gonna say, "Hey, look, we put our necks out there for you, and now we need you to come through for us. Our community is in danger. Like we need you to do something about it."
That's actually smart of them.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's actually smart. So it was mostly like the liberal Jews, like my sister. You know, she was celebrating yesterday. She was freaking key lime. She was celebrating yesterday. I see you, key lime. My sister, celebration. Mamdani win. She's a liberal in Colorado. Freaking celebrating. Can you guys believe that?
It's pretty insane. Yeah.
She's like, whoa, Mamdani, I can't believe he won. This is like, things are really looking up. And then as like another, like rub in the face, it's like, oh, well, all the like Democrats won across the board. Like it was kind of a big win for the Democrats, like overall.
Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna jump off. So thank you very much for inviting me over and hosting me. It was a pleasure. Everybody in the comments, if you could show some support to our great host here, doing a terrific job. Just tap the screen, like the live. We have like 2K. We could get at least 10K like in 2 minutes. If you could share the live with some people with the arrow at the bottom, make some comments like good educational live, stuff like that. You know the drill. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful night.
Awesome. Thank you, bro. The pleasure is all mine.
I just got off Jack Ash's panel.
Oh, God.
They were talking about Zohran Mamdani and his policies. And it's so interesting. As someone who is a former leftist, I actually don't disagree with a lot of the problems that they're pointing out, but I fully disagree that the solution is socialism. And I can't get them to accept that. Like they're so addicted to like that they've got it all figured out that like me merely suggesting, okay, maybe there's a better way to address this, like it doesn't hit. And like specifically, like the grocery stores, the free grocery stores, I read off a long ass list of all the different attempts that we made in this country to do government subsidized or free grocery stores and why they all failed because they became economically non-viable. And they kept saying, well, it doesn't really matter. I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't matter that it's never worked? What are we working with here? I'm talking to people who literally are so devoid of reality that when I say it's never worked before, their reflexive response is, well, that doesn't matter. Huh? And then I'm like, okay, well, with the free buses, we actually tried that in New York City a couple of years ago, in 2023 to 2024. And it ended up shutting down because, as expected, it was economically non-viable. But also, importantly, they found that there was no increase in ridership amongst the target group of people that they created the scheme for. No increase in ridership amongst impoverished individuals. They only saw an increase in ridership amongst people who were already riding the bus and willing to pay the fare, now taking advantage of it being free way more often. 30% increase in the ridership of people who otherwise would pay for their fare. So it was redistribution of wealth to the middle and upper classes. I said it in those terms. And these people on her panel are like, oh, no, that doesn't matter. They're like, that's not the metric by which we gauge whether or not something's successful. I was like, okay, well, my metrics for gauging whether or not something's successful is whether or not it's economically viable. Their doors shuttered within 5 years in almost every case. And two, if it actually helped the intended group that it was created to help, and it didn't. And on both of those fronts, they snubbed me. and acted like those things just don't matter. They're like, well, it's not about helping the impoverished people. It's about making it more affordable to everyone. I was like, okay, so it's your position that it's okay that we distribute more wealth to the middle and upper classes so long as you've made it quote unquote more affordable to everyone, rather than us just offering subsidies on a merit basis to those who need it. They couldn't take it. Like is what I'm saying not making sense to you guys?
No, it makes sense to me, but I can see why it doesn't make sense to them because they don't actually live in reality.
And I'm like, look, like I'm not even disagreeing with you guys on the issues. I do think that access to healthy foods is a big issue amongst the lower class, and it is something that we need to address. And I'm all in favor of expanding SNAP. I'm also all in favor of offering healthy breakfast, lunch, and dinner to all children in public school. I think that there should be no hungry child. I'm okay with that. I am not okay with kickstarting a program that's already tried and failed, wasting more of our money on a project we know won't work and will actually only benefit the people who don't need it and benefit no one who does need it.
Right.
What is unreasonable about what I'm saying? I think it's like rational as all hell.
It is rational, and I don't know. I'm not happy with this Mamdani win.
They just picked a hero, and
He's
so
not a
whatever
hero.
he
He's-
says, well, he's their hero, and so whatever he says, they have to go along with. And it's ridiculous because if you actually think about it logically, none of that makes sense. And what I said makes sense, and they can't accept it. They simply can't accept it. They can't accept that socialism doesn't work. They can't accept that we're not evil because I don't want to try something that we've proven doesn't work.
Mhm.
That's insanity.
You know, to be honest, this is sound like propaganda, but I really believe that the Republicans gave that much money to Sliwa. So Zohran Mamdani wins, and now they're not gonna let the Democrats not hear about this. It's basically the Republicans are gonna say, look at you guys, they're gonna make them look bad so they could win the House and the Senate. I think the Democrats did this on purpose. I mean, the Republicans. If they really want Zohran to win, why would they want Sliwa to run? It doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense because, well, I don't know. Sliwa is a sleazeball, in my opinion. I've heard him say horribly anti-Semitic things. His wife is a staunch pro-Pally.
Yeah, and no, but the whole point is that even if he wasn't, he never had a chance of running. They knew that everyone knows that if you divide the vote, Zohran Mamdani wins.
So you think they wanted him to win?
Yeah, to make the Democrat Party look bad. Because it does make them look bad that all of the Democrats are all fighting from within because there is big problems. So for the greater good, I believe they wanted Zohran to win.
I mean,
like just so Republicans can win later.
One angle I thought of actually in support of your theory. Elise Stefanik is running for governor. She's become very high profile against Islamism, against anti-Semitism. That's been kind of her platform. And this is like a buffet for her campaign. A Zohran Mamdani threat against regular New Yorkers. And this is now outside the city, not, because it's all of New York State that can vote for governor. It's not just New York City. Would really help her campaign. And then if, maybe the idea is that, okay, we'll let Zohran Mamdani in 2026, Elise Stefanik takes the helm upstate and therefore makes it impossible for Zohran to actually do anything because Zohran it's not city funds, okay? It's state funds that Zohran needs for transportation and stuff like that. And that comes from the governor.
Yeah, I actually saw that they say that the governor voters are actually the majority of them. It's kind of flipping, so.
Yeah, I think that this is pushing New York State way more purple.
I mean, that's good. That's good.
It is good. I'm just really worried. Again, I'm like, look, of course, long term, could this work in our favor? Yes, but I'm really worried about the immediate term. I'm worried about literally getting pew-pewed or beat up or spit on or chastised. I'm worried about seeing even more schmostikas everywhere I go. I'm like,
What's
for the
crazy?
left to be so sensitive to microaggressions, these are macroaggressions.
Yeah, I
What's
know.
crazy is that 40% of the Jewish people there voted for him.
I know.
And now they're gonna have to sleep in the bed they made for, and for those who didn't vote for him and didn't want this, I feel bad for them.
I'm so upset with the Jewish community. I don't even know what to say. Like I find it almost actually ridiculous. We spend so much time doing this outreach, trying to get people to understand us from who aren't Jewish, when we have 40% of Jews in New York City who just voted for another 9/11.
It's embarrassing, to be honest.
Self-sabotaging. I
But
don't get
like
it.
we as Jews, like that is our problem. Like, I'm not saying that's the problem we have. I'm saying that is our responsibility to fix other Jews. And I think that we need to start doing it now. And I think we need to be, because like I was lost. I was one of them. My sister's one of them. There's a lot of us who
My
simply
sister's
don't
one
know
of them,
better.
big time. My uncle's one of them. I don't know. If you look back, Key Lime, after Obama's first term is when I started really not liking the Democrats at all. I was all about Obama the first term, and then I don't know. They always called me a closet Republican, my family, because I was always like had Republican views and left views. But how do they not, like, I try to tell my sister this. I haven't changed. I'm still the same. I still have the same belief system, the same morals, the same values. The party has changed. And she's like, no, it hasn't. You changed. You're a bigoted Republican, blah, 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 like things like that. And I'm like, no, it's really not me that's changed. Like, ask me anything that I thought 10 years ago that I think now, and it's going to be the same answers. It's the party that's changed. They went completely freaking like socialist communist. There's no more like who do you think was like the last like Democratic president we really had? Probably Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah. The Overton window on the left has shifted so far left that it's almost indistinguishable in the ways that matter to the far right.
Dude, they've like gone full circle. I consider them the like, it's not even the horseshoe anymore. Like, they are the same. They're just a bunch of anarchist, complaining, like, losers.
You know what's the biggest difference, I think, between people who are in the center versus people who are on the edge is the locus of responsibility, okay? For people in the center, their first stop is me. What can I do to fix this situation? And what did I do to cause this situation? People in the extremes take themselves out of that equation completely. They go, what did you do to cause this situation? And what can you do to fix it?
That's a good point.
And they do it to everyone. And so they have to resort to violence because they're trying to impose blame and responsibility on other people. People in the center who take self-responsibility don't have to resort to violence because they're dealing with themselves.
Well, and then what they end up doing is nothing besides throwing tantrums, which they call protests.
Right. And I watched the left, like I was part of the left because I believed it was the party of self-accountability. I believed it was the party that said, you know, it's what can I do for my country? What can I do for my people? I haven't seen that kind of rhetoric come out of them in a long time.
No, after 10, I thought they were the party of acceptance, right? But then 10-7 happens and you realize they're the party, they're the more racist party.
Yeah.
They're the more judgmental party. They're the more fascist. They are fascist. If you don't share the same belief system, then they want you gone, basically. Like, they don't want anything to do with you. That is a fascist
mindset, and that is the left.
Yeah.
Like, no diversity in opinions.
Exactly. No diversity of thought. That's exactly what I just said on Jack Ash's panel. As I was saying, like, you do realize I'm in agreement with you on the problems you've listed. We agree. I'm simply proposing an alternative solution, and you can't take it. And that is literally not tolerating diversity of thought. It's either you jump on our ridiculous socialist non-solution to this problem, or somehow I'm evil, even though I'm the one looking at the data saying that the solution that they are proposing has never, in the long term, actually helped the most vulnerable people in our communities. It is literally only ever distributed more wealth to the middle and upper classes, mostly the upper classes. And they don't want to hear it because they think they're so smart, they got it all figured out. Or I don't know what their reason is. What do you think? I mean, is it that they're like in love with Mamdani, so they like no enemies on the left? I have no idea, but they can't be told.
They care. They don't want to hear you. They don't want to like. It's like, don't tell me the truth. I don't care. These people literally don't care, right? They would rather burn down the city than let someone that opposes their views win.
You know what I think? I think part of this is because I said, well, then not everybody, that it should be merit-based, that whoever needs SNAP should get SNAP. And I'm down for expanding it, and I'm down for having subsidies specifically just for healthier foods to make it more economically incentivizing for people. That's a whole other conversation, but whatever. I'm down for that, but merit-based, not for everyone, where it can be exploited and cripple under the weight of not being able to actually accommodate people who don't need it, exploiting it. And they won't, like, I'm literally saying I want what's best for the same group that you are saying. Anyway, so what I think is that my solution excludes them from the benefits. I'm saying, no, you should pay for the bus. You should pay for your groceries. I'm talking about people living in abject poverty with children. They should be the ones to get merit-based SNAP benefits, not you. I really think that's what it is that they want free shit.
Yeah, it's like, for example, Zohran Mamdani. He comes from a multi-million-dollar family. His wedding was just in Dubai or whatever, had a lavish wedding. Why does he live in a rent-stabilized apartment?
Wait, he's married?
Yeah, he recently got married.
Yeah, and his wife is, I'm not trying to be violent, but I mean, she just has a very punchable face.
Let me look her up.
Yeah, it's like, why does he live? This dude is filthy rich, yet he lives in a rent-stabilized apartment. That should be only people that qualify, need.
Correct. And we're going to see that when you have open access to these programs. That's all I was trying to say to them. And they were like, no. And so either they're idiots or they're selfish. And they're going, well, no, because if we do it your way, then I don't get free shit. I don't think they should get free shit. I don't think anybody who isn't literally wondering where their next meal is going to come from should get free shit. And even then, there should be, the program should be, the idea is we get you off this program as fast as possible. It's not this program for life,
Snake Keyline, do you know who helped create the SNAP benefits?
No. Was it a Jew?
Yeah, it was the Lubavitcher Rebbe.
Wow, I'm shocked. But we're evil, right? Oh, those dirty Zios. Wow. Oh, maybe that's why they want it so bad, because they don't want people actually benefiting from a Jewish socialist idea, because that kind of flies in the face of them calling us white supremacists, capitalist supremacists.
Wait, guys, she does have a punchable face, but is she Muslim? Because she's not dressing like one.
I don't know. But you
I'm
agree,
I'm
right?
trying to figure it out.
Look at her little smirk, the way she walks. Like, she's like, ain't
Well, the other
better
thing
than
is, like,
you.
underneath her eyeballs, if you have like white always showing, it means you're evil. I read it somewhere
Really?
at some point, and she has that.
Like the whites of her eyes?
No, like like where your eyeballs are in your eye,
Yeah.
if when you're just like looking natural, like not moving your eyeball around, when there's like all that white underneath it. Well, first of all, no, you don't have it.
What do you mean?
Like pull down your eyes.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, if it's naturally like that, if you have all this like
you
white
can see
showing
below my iris.
Yeah, it's supposed to mean that you're evil. I noticed that she has that. I'm still trying to investigate if she's Muslim. Hold on.
We know not every Muslim woman wears a hijab, to Celine in the comments, because they came here seeking refuge for that liberty. They are not so lucky in Muslim-dominated countries where they must. That is literally a benefit of living in the West, and I don't want more of the Muslim influence coming in and taking that away.
Yeah, Gemma, I think she was born from Muslim parents. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she's like a
Sarama
Marcus knows
Salaj
what I'm talking
Dawaji.
about too, with the eyes.
She was born in 97 in Houston, Texas, to Syrian Muslim parents from Damascus.
God damn it. Houston, where I'm at.
Her father is a software developer and her mother is a doctor. The beloved family moved to Dubai, UAE, when she was 9 years old, and then she spent the remainder of her childhood living among the Arab states of the Persian Gulf.
Okay, so she's definitely Muslim.
Yeah.
Like, hold on. I'll bring up a picture and show you guys.
Can I also, like, why am I arguing with MZ on this? Like, why is he so uptight about us being like, this is an Islamic invasion? It's literally.
He's very uptight about that. I was on his panel yesterday, and actually I ended up just sitting on mute because it got really noisy, but Kosher Jay was pretty much saying everything that I had wanted to say anyways, and he was arguing with him.
I find it very sus, if I'm being honest.
Then we were arguing over, is Islamophobia a thing? And I said, no, it's not. Like, if there's a book, okay, that people follow that says they want to unalive you, I don't think that's a phobia. I think that's a rational thing to be afraid of. I think when you look at all the T attacks globally in the last, 2 decades, and they're all by Islamists, I think that's, not like a phobia, I think.
Right, where a phobia is irrational. By definition, a phobia is an irrational fear.
Right, like I'm scared of bugs that can't really do anything to you.
Exactly. Like, spiders should be afraid of me. I've never once had a spider do to me what I do to spiders. But with Islam, I actually find it irrational for me to not have a healthy dose of skepticism at least.
Do you see her eyes?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to show you.
And her haircut. It's so it's just also so try hard. Like, it's just everything about her is so fake. So, like, she looks like exactly what she is. A Muslim infiltrator cosplaying as some Gen Z commie hero. I'm also just really disappointed by how stupid and gullible Gen Z is. Like, after 9/11, OBL, have you guys read his letter? What he wrote, his letter to America? He thought that leftists at that point were going to fall for the letter, and they didn't. The kids rejected it and were like, oh no, you're evil, I don't buy it. But 24 years later, the kids embrace OBL's letter, which was essentially a manifesto explaining why the kids of America should hate America and join forces to tear it down. So in 2001, everybody was like, oh, hell no. But today, he got him. And Gen Z is like, then they're particularly stupid. He got him, or particularly brainwashed, both. But I'm disturbed. I'm really disturbed. And it doesn't get talked about enough how much they embraced OBL's letter. That's like horrific. Somebody said spider lives matter. You're right. And actually, I've 180'd on it. I'm still afraid of them, but I let them be because spiders eat all of the other less desirable bugs. And like spiders won't do anything to you.
It's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right?
Yes. Except for I always caution against that. That is a really bad axiom to live by. Oftentimes the enemy of your enemy is also your enemy. So like what happened between like Syria, what happened in Syria a few months ago.
Just in terms of the spiders, I think it's okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. We've got a symbiotic relationship, I guess. So I let the spiders be. I actually don't like killing bugs, and I never do it. I just kind of let them disappear, and I try to convince myself they were never here, except for cockroaches. Cockroaches don't disappear.
Just like the pro-Pallies, yes.
Yeah, oh God. Oh, I'm really upset about New York, you guys. I don't know what's going to happen. And the city is a gem to our country. It's not, we can't just sacrifice it. It's the biggest city we have. It's the most industrious city we have. And it's got so much of our history attached to it. It's where Ellis Island is. If your parents, if your ancestors came in through Ellis Island, all your records are here. Your history is here. A lot of Americans' history started here. And so it's just really symbolically sad to have it get overthrown by people who hate America and chase out the Jews who have been prominent fixtures in this city forever. It's the most Jewish city there is outside of Israel.
You know, sometimes I wonder if this whole Biden bullshit is responsible for it. All of this, like, dumping people by the mass in New York, like, you know, I wonder if that has something to do with it.
I thought that because historically, and like, let's just look at the numbers. Historically speaking, no more than about 1 million and change people usually show up. Cuomo got almost 1 million votes, okay? But Mamdani got 1 million something. Each of them got what is normally the total amount of votes. And I can't really imagine there being a 100% increase in voter turnout. Something to me, it feels like voter fraud. They didn't ask me for my ID when I got there. They just didn't. And we know that this is a sanctuary city that has been ravaged by immigrants for years now. And did they vote? Everything Mamdani's promising would be only upside potential for them. They don't even pay taxes, but they would benefit from it.
It's true that, like, you could have just gone in with no ID verification and just come in and vote. That's what I heard.
Yes, that is literally how it happened. So I had this like fast pass card that they mail to you when you register. So like, I don't really know exactly how it goes if you don't have ID, but I was watching the people next to me. They didn't show ID. They said their name. They confirmed their address. And it was like honor code. They were like, okay, here, sign here that you are who you are and you live at this address. Literally honor code. And I don't know. I don't get why we need ID. Like, I was talking to my colleague about this, and he's like, I had to show ID to set up my utilities at my house. Why is there a higher threshold of security for me to set up my water than to vote? Like, okay, like, we're all accepting that you need IDs for all of these things. Nobody's like, oh, it's, you know, it's too much of a burden to ask people to have IDs, but I have to drive with my ID or else I go to jail.
If
Like,
I knew, I would have driven in just to vote.
well, you have to be registered. And that's what I want to understand better is, what is the process for illegal immigrants to register? Is it really that possible? And are they the reason that we had such a high turnout? Because I can also see it being that a lot of New York rallied for Cuomo, but Mamdani just got illegal immigrant padding. it's usually about 1 million, and this time it was 2 million. Yeah, literally twice as many. And I find it weird that it's twice as many, but evenly split down the line. Like, it was also a record turnout for Cuomo. Cuomo didn't win, but the other headline here is I'm pretty sure that was the most. If it were a normal election, like if it had been the 2021 election year where there was about 1 million and change, that would have been like an 80% win for Cuomo because he got almost 1 million votes. And I think that was the most an independent voter has ever gotten. I mean, an independent candidate has ever gotten. So there's a lot to be said about the mood right now. Is a lot of people really broke away from tradition to vote for Cuomo as well. We're a very divided city. And I want to understand why, because it's not rational. It's really not rational. Yes, but that 1 million other voters showed up in droves for Mamdani like that in this city where we were already attacked by jihad, and hearing what he had to say about 9/11, hearing the people that he stands with, that Imam Muhaj, it's got to be people who weren't born here, who really don't give a flying F about 9/11. And my heart is broken because I feel like the soul of New York City is just getting taken from us. Like, I'm increasingly marginalized as just a regular New Yorker. Well, Queens in particular, but this is all, look, also historically, New York City has been the home of immigrants forever because of Ellis Island. That's not new. And in Queens, there's a ton of foreign-born people. That's not new. I don't care. And again, I have no issue with legal immigrants. My family came in as legal immigrants, and we set up shop in New York City. That's always how it's been. But I feel like it can't have been all legal people. I'm having a hard time accepting that. The only other theory I have is that, like me, a lot of rational people probably have their main residence not here. A lot of people have their main residence like in Florida or Connecticut or someplace that has more favorable tax laws. So they couldn't vote. But I'm upset and I'm overwhelmed. I feel like there is still a way that we can kind of climb back from this, but New Yorkers need to rise to the moment.
4 years.
I actually, well, that depends. There was on the ballot was, do we want to move our mayoral elections to presidential election years? So in theory, it might be in 3 years. I don't know how that shook out. I mean, not necessarily. And there's also nothing stopping a sitting president from doing that. Trump literally endorsed Cuomo. So, you know, I think if Trump had come out much earlier and said a vote for Sliwa is a vote for Mamdani, I think that would have been a lot more effective. I think if Cuomo had come out earlier with his smear campaign on Mamdani, that also would have been more effective. But the reality is there was no momentum behind Cuomo's campaign until it was too late. Oh, look, I didn't vote gladly for him, but it was that or worse. Yeah, and when you zoom out, that's actually the bigger issue is that there was no good candidates to choose from. We had a bad option and a really freaking bad option. The Democrats need to sort their shit out. It's been like that for a while for the Democrats. Look, they cannot find a candidate that is actually like legit that people like. It's just people are like, well, I don't like the alternative, so I'll vote for you. And it's causing people to be anti-establishment, which they're saying, okay, we want to buck the system. It leaves them ripe to be convinced that the answer is socialism. Like, okay, I get that you want to change, but that change doesn't have to be socialism. There's other options. They're like, oh, we need change, therefore we need socialism. Like, no. Just no. And there needs to be better education about why not. Mm-hmm. And like, why are you still here? Like, why are they still here if they hate it so much? Like, I mean, I know why they're still here. It's a rhetorical question. I know it's an invasion. But I'm saying, like, at least for the leftists who believe them, that they're not, like, here just to invade, like, why are they still here then? They say they hate America. And also, like, why are 0 Americans seeking refuge? Why are no Muslims seeking refuge in Muslim countries? That was the very next thing I was about to say. How the hell does a guy who's fresh off the boat from Uganda end up being occupying the highest mayoral office we have in this nation? It is the only mayoral office where you can use it as a springboard for your campaign to US president. That's it. There's no other mayorship that's like that. How the hell did a guy from Uganda get that seat? What are we doing here? That is insanity. If somebody's foreign born, fine, okay, but like, let's put some more strict policies on here. You have to, but not just here. How about a citizen for 20 years first? Like, actually, honestly, not even that. You should be born here. And I would almost take it a step further. You should be born in New York. Like, I don't trust outsiders for this exact reason. I do not trust outsiders. What? How?
Wait,
I
what?
understand
They
how
did that?
but what law? I'm sorry, my heater is so loud, you guys. Can you hear
Well, I
me?
guess the Constitution. I don't know.
That sounds like a violation of the Constitution if they weren't allowed, because we can't reject anyone on the basis of faith. Bucko, why don't you come up here and ask us? You want to talk about teism? Because I was here on 9/11. 10/7 was teism. The 1983 Palestinian booming of the World Trade Center was teism. I don't support any of that. No, my family was here, but I was in Connecticut, and they had to huddle us up. I was in school, and a lot of our parents were in the city. My mom was in the city. My uncle was in the city. My cousins, my other aunts and uncles. I had my great aunt. A lot of them were in the city, and this was before cell phones really had the networks they have now. So you couldn't get in touch with anyone. So they took all the kids. They couldn't get in touch with our parents. You know, those green cards, they have to send you home with your designated, emergency contact if they can't reach your parents. A lot of us had to go home with our designated contacts. All the parents were freaking the flip out. We couldn't get in touch with my mom for the longest time. We didn't know if it was going to be a prolonged attack. So in those moments after the two towers went down, there was this looming question, okay, when's the next one? Because then you know what happened in Pennsylvania and what happened down in the Pentagon. Things were just, shit was flying off the walls. So people thought, oh my God, maybe the entire island is under attack, the entire city, and then it's going to keep being under attack. So our parents were stuck here. Nobody could leave. They shut down the entire city. Nobody could get out. My mom was working in Midtown, and my uncle was somewhere nearby. And one of the last phone calls she was able to make was to my uncle to say, okay, we're going to meet at my aunt's place all the way up there, Upper West Side, okay, up there. But there was no transportation. So all these women were just walking barefoot. Straight up took off their heels. Everybody was just walking uptown barefoot. My mom couldn't find my uncle because he was so overwhelmed. He just gave up and went to one of the bars that was open and was like, I can't fucking handle this. And he went to a bar. My mom thought something happened to him. I mean, the whole thing was fucking nuts. And again, some people died. Friends lost their parents. And we're finding this all out in real time. And we pretty much just set ourselves up for that to happen again. But they're not going to do it with planes. They got smarter. They realized that did absolutely nothing. So they're going to do intifada style. They've evolved. They've realized that small attacks by lone wolves are harder to foil and are just as impactful.
Yeah, I agree. That's called the silent jihad, right?
The soft jihad. It's jihad without violence, but that enables violence indirectly.
Wasn't there a quote that from one of the Muslim Brotherhood leaders that if it's not going to work with the bullet, we're going to do through the ballot, through voting?
Yeah. And Americans they don't know anything. They don't know the first thing about it.
Have a great day, Mark. I'm about to go as
You
well.
tell them they don't believe you and they call you a racist, even though I don't know how it's racist. We don't call you a bigot.
Yeah, I'm getting called a bigot by other Jews, namely MZ, and I can't I don't even really know the guy.
MZ called you a bigot?
Look, I was
You're,
explaining to him
you're a
last
Zionist.
night that
He's
in New York,
becoming the new card, I feel.
but Gemma, the thing is I was explaining to him last night that, like, it's not all men, right? It's not all men. But from the woman's perspective, how do I know which men are safe and which men aren't? And on the left, nobody has a hard time understanding that. No one has a hard time understanding that. When I say that about Muslims, now I can't say it.
Why you care about Muslims?
Hmm?
It's about Muslims, man.
I'm saying that in New York City, I'm afraid of Muslims because I don't know which ones are good. I don't know which ones are the good ones and which ones want me unalived or which ones will, steal me away in their Uber and then grape me with their grape thing. I feel extraordinarily vulnerable and I'm scared. I am scared every single time I see a Muslim. And that's just a fact. There's no amount of bullying you can do to me that's going to make me less afraid. So, like, just try to accept what I'm saying is my reality right now. Every time I see somebody who's visibly Muslim get on a bus, I ask myself if I should get off. Same thing with any form of public transport, a plane, a subway, a train. I'm terrified. And I don't think it's rational. And I'm really upset that we can't even say it without Jews rolling their eyes and acting like I'm the problem here.
I mean, why are you? Well, how do you become the problem when you're not like this is your feelings? Why well, how do you become the bad person because you don't feel safe? It doesn't make sense.
That's what I was trying to say. And MZ kept trying to make this something political. Like, well, you're not going to catch more flies. Like, dude, I'm not trying to catch flies. I am relating to you that I'm scared for my life. I'm not worried about a political campaign right now. I'm trying to stay alive.
Yeah. Agree to disagree with them, whatever. We're all friends, but yeah. We don't have to agree on everything, right?
No, we don't, but I would hope
We don't have to agree on everything. Remember that, guys. And he shouldn't be judging you for your feelings or your, fear of things. That's not nice.
It's also not helpful.
No, it's not helpful at all.
It's dismissing my reality. He's diminishing the threat that I live under because it's uncomfortable for him to talk about.
A lot of people, you see, this is, I don't want to necessarily speak about this, but like, I don't know who is visibly Jewish and who is not. As someone that walks around visibly Jewish, like even I don't look like a punk, right? And they give me those dirty looks. So imagine an old man